Thursday evening. We are having a few technical issues. 1 second, Laura. Can you get me a couple more books?
Yes.
I'm propping my phone up. So anyway, welcome. Thank you all for joining me tonight. It is always fun and to do these intuitive card pulls. I have my nieces around me right now, and so yes, it has been a very busy day. My niece actually went to her first dress-up dance, so super cute. And so let the intuitive card pulls begin. So I decided that I would do a card pull to kind of set the intention for the week. And so I was intuitively guided to talk a little bit about grief and just sitting with grief. And so I've been really setting my intention lately to really just sit still with the emotional process and just feel it, right? So feeling is always the answer, but really just really sitting with it and asking grief, what are you meant to teach me? Whether that be about our own hearts, about the relationship, or whatever it is that we're grieving. And so I was just guided to do my first pull on grief. And so I'm going to pull it on just it says Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So I don't know why, that's what I was just kind of guided. So I'm going to start the session with that. So I'm pulling just the first card. And let's see, I see a 17. I'm on my psychic movie screen. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17. What a good card, especially for me right now. So it says move. And so intuitively, I'm getting that, it's important to feel our feelings, all of them, right? No matter what it is, around loss, around just letting go. I've never been really good at letting go. But what's interesting about the card that showed up is move. So the lesson around grief tonight is that it's really important to feel and to open ourselves up in our hearts and our minds to the feeling experience. But it's in the movement and in the action that we are able to kind of work our way through that experience of grief. Because I normally don't do that. I kind of sit in the grief, and then sometimes I'll feel too much and then get stuck there a little bit vibrationally. And this is a great reminder for us to take action even when we are grieving, and to kind of make space for both. So anyway, so for those of you that are new to this idea of intuition, hello, my viewers. Feel free to, thank you for the heart, to write a comment. I cannot see your name when you ask for a card unless you write it. So I request that you write your name so that I can address you personally when I'm pulling cards. It always makes it a little easier for me. And so I wanted to show you the different decks. And so for those of you that are new to intuition, there are all different ways of receiving information. So there's clairaudience, where it means you can hear words. There is clairvoyance, where you can see things. I can see things. I have a kind of a psychic movie screen on the front part of my brain that I can see things. Usually the information comes for me by seeing things on my psychic little movie screen on the front of my brain and hearing them. And so, or sometimes I'll feel them. So clairsentience is actually feeling. And so there's all different ways that information can come. You can taste it, hear it, see it, feel it, all different things. And so, so some people can smell it, smell different scents, and that's an indication or a certain signal for information. And so I'm in my sister's home right now, and so that's why my background looks a little different. And so if you hear little voices in the background, those are my nieces. So I have a few. Let's see, Lightbridge. Is that your name? All right, sure. I'll pull you a card. Hold on 1 second. Hello, Unity of Gulfport. I'm assuming that's Reverend Kimberly. Hello. And so the cards that I'll show you the different cards I have tonight for those of you that are here. And sorry, technology has not been my friend this week. I don't know if it's Mercury in retrograde or just me. So okay, so these are my decks. This is my simple kind of high energy deck, which is Angel Answers. We have this is one of my favorite decks, Angel Therapy cards. from Doreen Virtue. I really like this. This is a really good general deck to have if people are new to experiencing these. Hello, Reverend Kimberly. Welcome. Good evening from Tampa. Thank you. Good evening from Riverview. I'm in Riverview right now. And so we have those. I like this one. This is kind of like an inner child deck or a good deck for kids. And then let's see. I have my life purpose deck tonight. I don't use this one often, but it's a good general deck too. Sumitra actually has this deck there. So for those of you in Gulfport, Sumitra has decks behind the counter. You can ask for them to kind of check them out. And then I have the tried and true purple deck. So this is the crystal deck. I really love the vibration of this deck and how it feels and how it interacts. And then let's see if I can reach it since I had to switch from my computer to my phone. So I have the Raphael healing deck, which is really good if you're struggling with health stuff. Raina, could you go get that green deck for me? Right there. She has her hula hoop out. So, all right. So right there, baby. Raina Pie, right there. Oh, and that one too. Let me see that one. And then this one, this was a gift from Kristen, who's an awesome realtor. Angel Whispers, which is real gentle and really like they're kind of different. They don't have any imagery on them. Thank you, honey. And then this one is the healing deck. So if you are struggling with anything physical or health related, this deck is really of value. So anyway, those are my decks for tonight for those that are here. Lightbridge, this one is for you. So Lightbridge, do you have a preference for a deck? If not, I will pick one for you. Let's see if I can see all the comments. I'm still working, especially I'm used to doing this on my computer, so I am on my phone tonight because the computer decided that it wouldn't work for me. So, alrighty. So, this is Terry. Hello, Terry. Nice to see you. Okay, so Lily Lightbridge. Hello, Lily. Sure, I will pull one for you. So I really felt guided to pull one from the Life Purpose deck. And so we'll start there for tonight. This card kind of has a grounding feel to it when you pick it up and play with it. The color is very grounding, the browns and the greens. The imagery is really nice. And then on the front, it has like this angel that looks like she's helping you figure out things. And so that's what it looks like. For those of you that feel guided to donate, I'm here to support the Unity of Gulfport, Florida. And so there are online ways to make a donation, and that they're in the link above the description of where it's streaming. And it's Unity of Gulfport at Gmail on PayPal, and then at Unity of Gulfport for Venmo. So feel free if you feel guided to donate. All right, so Lily, I'm hearing two numbers, 17 and 18. And so that means to me in my method of pulling that the 17th card and the 18th card are what I'm supposed to pull for you. So 1, 2, 17 and 18. All right. Okay, so the first one is books. You can see it. I really like the image on this card because I love books. My whole house is books. I love writing books. Like everything about books. I always felt safe and cozy in books. And so the information about this and the wording on it says you connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. So I feel you have an idea of something you'd really like to do. And so the intuitive message around that is, sorry about that, is to seek out information. It's because, look for books related to the topic, seek out some information on it. I've been amazed at what I've built in my life from books that I've bought on eBay for $4. You know what I mean? So seek out books that you're drawn to, especially vibrationally, and read and take notes and build this idea that you have, because I feel that this idea is part of the reason why you're here in this lifetime to create, and that it's a good idea. So believe in the idea and follow through on the idea. That's what this is confirmation. But you're in the gathering of information stage. And I feel that part of it is to the business or money side of this idea too. And so seek out books, but also mentors, I'm hearing, Lily. The second one here, it says yoga. I really like this image because it shows the chakras and the flow of the divine energy through the chakras. And so for those of you that know Reverend Kimberly Harrell, she is phenomenal with her knowledge around the chakras and clearing the chakras, aligning them, and also using awesome, her awesome knowledge of crystals and their vibration, and also shaman techniques to really do an awesome job of not only cutting cords potentially to things that are decreasing your energy field, but also personal alignment and emotional alignment with the chakras. So for you, Lily, taking into account, so I'm hearing part of this audibly, that it's important that you take into account your energetic field, because you actually have a very strong, your physical health and your physical vitality is greatly connected to your energetics. And so there's an emphasis on your chakras here, and some on your meridians. And so what happens in your auric field, I'm hearing. And so what happens when we are extra sensitive and connected to our energetic field, what happens is that if we're not aware of certain wellness maintenance stuff that you need to kind of be aware of, then things can creep up into our energy field or around us that dissipate our energy, that steal our energy, and and create depletion. And so it could be, certain essential oils. I know I use a lot of Terra Shield from doTERRA. Also, I make sure I have some. My auric field kind of gets congested, and so I feel like if you're feeling lower vibration or that just depleted and tired a lot, you may want to look into some energy medicine techniques. I surround myself with white light a lot to separate my field from others. If that doesn't work for me, I'll surround that with a layer of purple or green around the white light to kind of create even additional energetic barriers, because my field is so expansive. So they're showing me intuitively the book Hands of Light by Barbara Brennan. She was a physicist that worked for NASA, and she became an energy worker. Phenomenal work, one of my favorite books ever. And so you might want to check that out. And so, all right. So I hope that's helpful, Lily. Best of luck on your book adventures. I love books. So they always make me happy. I'm always buying them and never reading them and putting them on my shelf. And so, all right. So let's see. Let me put these back. Get them easy accessible. Terry. Hello, Terry. Who would like a card next? Let's see. Wonderful. We're live streaming on 3 different platforms. Thank you, Raina. Thank you, being my helper tonight. She showed me we have an additional deck called Keepers of the Light. I don't usually often use this deck, but I like the idea of light and the vibration of light. I do a lot of visualizations around light, and especially flowing through my chakras. So Reverend Kimberly has taught me a lot about chakras and how to keep mine in alignment. So let's see. Any other? Okay, so how do I hear? Mary, are you? Okay, awesome. All right, Mary. Do you have a deck you would like? So let's see. Oh, you're welcome. Let's see, Mary. I'd love it. All right, Mary. So what deck would you like? Do you have a preference, or would you like me to just pick one for you? If I don't hear in the next 20 seconds, I will pick one for you, Mary. So, all right. So let's see. We have about a few people on tonight, a little less than usual, so I'll go a little longer because I feel guided to. And so vibrationally, Mary, it's this deck. So this one's kind of popping out. So a dear friend of mine just texted me. I saw it come through on my phone, and it always fills me with great love when my people reach out. All right. So Mary, here I'm hearing a 6, a 1, and an 18. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18. All right, here are your 3. Let's go. Oh, ceremonies and celebrations, Mary. So I feel that this is connected to your house, and they're emphasizing the importance of celebrating even the small moments, like to really step into the joyful experience of celebrating whatever achievement, big or small. I know you just bought a beautiful home, so congratulations. That's so wonderful. I know that was a process for you. So I'm celebrating. My heart is celebrating with you. But the message around this is that I feel like, you've done some awesome things in your life, but the message around it that I'm getting is that they're wanting you to celebrate more of the smaller moments. It's not always about the bigger achievement. And so that's the message for you around this card, is to celebrate yourself and all of the incremental steps of growth that you have traveled. And so the next one, let's see. Busy times and multitasking. I feel that there's some awesome creative works ahead that are very supportive to your happiness, actually. And so they're wanting to emphasize to to follow your intuition and your own personal intuitive guidance around. I feel there's like 2 or 3 projects that are going to come about. They're going to kind of work on at the same time. And they're really wanting to emphasize to take the focus off of the prosperity aspect, so the financial aspect, and really step into the joy of it. And it's going to be in the joy vibration that not only are you more energetically and spiritually fed, that this prosperity, because of the joy and the energetics and the higher vibration of you doing something you really love, that ultimately the prosperity is going to come from a vibrational standpoint. And so, and they're saying to just allow yourself to just be immersed in it and to let go of any worries related to money. That's what I heard around that. All right, next card, last card for Mary is self-confidence through God confidence. And so I heard the word image. And so, oh, that's a cool image. And so sometimes I'm very like heady naturally. So I'll read the words and then rather than look at the picture. And so, oh, yay, Mary, I'm glad. So I want you to really look at this picture because it's really cool. So it's a little bit hard to see because of the reflection, but there's somebody like on like this little pillar in the middle, like it's an angel and it's going like this, right? And then there's wings. But what I like about it is all the swirling energy that's going around the little image. And I feel that really represents, you have a really big heart, Mary. And I sensed that the first time I met you. And I know you do a lot of awesome service work, both for the Unity of Gulfport and out in life in general. And what this card represents to me, and intuitively I'm getting around this, is that you're very much connected to your spiritual service. Like your spiritual service and all that you do in your life and the directions that you feel guided to give. That it's almost like it's a reciprocal energy exchange. What that means is that I think there's a saying that like what you give out comes back to you tenfold, and that's kind of this card that's affirming. Sorry, I'm on against the wall here. So, and so it's like the more that you give out, the energy, like it's like if you look at the card, all the energy is coming back in, but multiple forms of the energy, and so that even when you're tired or doubting how much you give, that know that spirit and source is going to bring that to you even more than tenfold back. But most importantly, your heart will vibrationally be vibrating at such a higher level because you'll be so happy in the giving. You're very similar to me in terms of how much your heart loves to give. And so, but I'm hearing also the word balance around that. That's important that you keep in balance as you give. And so self-care, especially around, they're saying physical self-care, vitality, self-care. So paying attention to certain body systems around energy. And that's it for tonight. All right. Yay, Mary. Who's next? Oh, you wanted the light one. I'll pull one quickly from the light one. I know we have, let's see. That's what happens is I spread all my cards out, and then I place them in places. Let's see. The light one. Here we go. Keepers of the light. I hear 18. We'll do one more for Mary, and then we'll move on. Yay, birthday soon. Happy birthday. Are you doing anything fun for your birthday, Mary? That's wonderful. Are you going on any adventures? I know you love to do all these awesome little adventures. I'm trying to be more adventurous. I like to hang in the house with a cat too much. So me and my old 21-year-old cat, I love that cat. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3. And the joke of the family is I actually gave, like 21 years ago, I gave that cat to my sister in a box with a bow, and it was like a big deal. And then I stole her back, and I love the cat so much I don't even care. Like that's the joke of the family. The kids always tease me. 1, 2, 3. I stole Cuddles from my sister back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, or 18. Okay, so these cards, I can tell I don't use them much because they don't slide well. They're kind of newer cards. All right, Mary. Oh, I love this card. I don't know all of the little deities. They say Lady Nada. I don't know who that is. but it's Heart Awakening is the card. And I thought, oh, what a great card, especially for tonight and my topic of grief and opening the heart. But Heart Awakening, it says, awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. So it's confirmation of what we just said. And so, but I love that Heart Awakening. I love that, like the vibration of those words and the concept and the mental kind of idea around it, awakening the heart. And I see this image of your heart like opening, but most importantly, learning that it's safe to open. That's what I'm hearing around that. And that they're saying staying still in the courage and the strength to stand in an open-hearted place and to be energetically vulnerable to your environment and other people. And also that you may want to practice that more with your non-romantic relationships, so just get the feel of it, but ultimately you will be energetically strong enough in your courage and your spiritual faith to open the heart for potentially romantic interactions soon, well, relatively soon. And so, and I'm hearing heart chakra, so you might want to look up extra stuff on the heart chakra. I feel that yours needs to be strengthened. If you want me to muscle test you at Unity of Gulfport, your chakras, I'll be happy to do that anytime. So just let me know and we can do that. It takes less than a minute. So, all right, who's next? Let's see who's next. Yay, Mary. Good, good. 18th is my birthday. February 18th. I hope you have a wonderful day. That's lovely. Happy birthday, a little early. I hope there's a perfect day with a lot of light, a lot of love, a lot of joy. All right. So who would like a card that I haven't seen yet? Like I said, please write your name. Let's see. If not, I'll start pulling cards anyway. Let's see. I'm going to pull one for myself. Okay. So if I don't see one, let me know. Whoever's out there wanting a card, I'll be happy to do that. So I'm seeing this deck and for myself. I do this every night almost. So I have an evening routine that really helps me ground my mind and my energetic field and my heart, because I'm very much connected to my heart, almost over-connected. So I'm always trying to really tap in and evening out the energy, or really taking time to feel, because I am so connected. If not, then it messes with my health and everything else. So I'm seeing this deck, and I'm seeing the inner child deck, or the kid deck. So that's interesting. So we'll start with this is for me. What wisdom. I'm always amazed at when I do this process. I'm always amazed at what insight that I get from the cards. And the cards, for those of you that are new to the cards, they have all these different each deck has a different feel to them and a different delivery of spiritual information. And so they each have little books. Sometimes I read the little books, sometimes not. I just listen to what my angels tell me, or my spirit guides, or my intuition. And so but I have this routine where sometimes I'll do acupuncture on myself. I'll do the NADA protocol and certain brain balancing stuff on myself, so I can sleep and zone and decrease stress. And then I'll journal for a little bit, and then I'll pull cards, and I cozy up to my old kitty, and then I go to sleep. So it's part of my daily routine. I've used cards in many different ways for many different reasons. And so, okay, I'm hearing 3, 6, and then 18, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18. All right. And then we're going to pull one of the inner children, or the decks. Let's see. I've already scrambled my cards. Okay. Let's see. I get going I have no left brain skills when I'm in my right brain intuitive space. So, okay. Who is that? May I have one? Please tell me. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, so I'll be quick with my reading. Is that Ginny? Is that Ginny? Hi, Ginny. If that's you that wanted one, I'll do mine real quick, and then we'll go. So, control issues. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? I got this last week when I pulled my cards. Control issues. So I laugh at that, because I like, my brain loves to be in control, but of course that's a joke, because we're never in control. So I'm learning more about surrender. I think that's hysterical. I got the same card, which it's a reminder to surrender. Divine intervention. Miracles are all around. So it's a reminder to have faith more and to stop trying to control things and know that the universe has my back no matter what. Revealing your true self. So I'm very committed this year to be seen. I have some resistance around being seen. And so I'm really setting that intention with Reverend Kimberly's help. Reverend Kimberly does awesome coaching, spiritual coaching, success coaching. And so I'm really dedicated to really overcoming that resistance, revealing my true self. So here I am, revealing my true self. So much gratitude to Reverend Kimberly and everyone that supports that. And then what was the other one? We did that. Okay. And then for the inner children cards, tell an adult about bullies. I'm really big on kindness. So whenever people are bullying each other or there's like energetic battles or I don't know, I usually stand up to it and I say something. I'm very direct. And so I guess that card for me is just, don't be afraid of the bullies. Just be gently but firmly honest. I'm really big on that. And then dreams. Yeah, I have a few dreams I've been really working hard for. And so I feel that the vibration when I touch the card is very light and divine energy filled. So I feel that that's confirmation that I have a lot of helpers helping me with my big dreams of service and forming a nonprofit and helping kids and people with health and healing and the service and all that. So, but yeah, lots of dreams. And thank you, Divine, for those awesome reminders. Okay, so let me put these back. And then, is it Ginny? All right, so Terry would like one, please. All right. Hi, Terry. Okay, so wait, did I miss somebody? So I'm going to do the names. If I missed you, please just write your name, because I get confused when it's just or I get less clear when it is just a statement, because my brain is helpful if I can see the name. And if you want to remain anonymous, you're welcome to make up a name. It doesn't matter to me. I just need a name to be more. It helps me organize, because like I said, in my intuitive brain space is not about organization. So all right. So let's see. Terry, do you have a deck that you would like, or would you like me to just pull one for you? If I don't hear back from you, then I'll just pull one for you. I'm trying to organize them. All right, so Terry, this deck popped up into my mind, and it's one of my favorite decks. It's messages from the fairies, and these cards. This is like the travel deck version, and the other one has the little book. And especially during chiropractic school, I used this deck a lot when I was discouraged, and so it always reminds me of the hope that these cards and my intuition gave me during that very difficult, scary time. So I'm hearing one. Second. All righty. So let's see. Let's move to Terry. Okay, so I'm hearing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 16. All right, Terry, you got 4 cards tonight. These are little. I like the little bit bigger ones, but I like them over all the cards, but especially the bigger deck. Some have been discontinued, so for those of you that are buying cards, sometimes they're a little hard to get, and sometimes, especially the Dorian Virtue ones. All right, so spring. I feel like spring is going to be a time of vitality for you emotionally. Like, I feel there's like a little bit heavy energy around you now, or a little bit cloudy energy in your auric field and in your thoughts, like lower vibration. But like spring, I don't know if you can see that from my phone. I feel it's going to be a time of, they're saying refreshing the spirit. So I really like that term, refreshing the spirit. And I feel it's like, and you'll be able to connect more strongly and clearly to not only your intuitive guidance, but your heart connection to source, spirit, the divine God, whatever your version of that is. And so affirmations. So this is, so when I touch this card, I see the image of my favorite affirmation track. And my favorite one, it's under a playlist I have under my YouTube channel, Dr. Debbie Roche DC. And I believe it's under just affirmations, the playlist. But it's a Louise Hayes affirmation recording. It's my favorite. I go to it when I've been at my lowest and when I'm like, I can feel my energy dip and I need to just keep my mindset in a better place. Louise Hayes. So you type in Louise Hayes on Facebook. That's probably the easiest way. And then type in Louise Hayes and affirmations. And there is a recording that has on the front of it a white flower. And so that's my favorite one. I've used it for over 12 years. Fabulous. Always shifts my mindset to a better, spiritually strong and happier place. Terry, wish is granted. I feel whatever you're worried about or whatever you hope to happen, that the universe is going to help you out here. So kind of set down your worry a little bit. And the last one is express your individuality. This is really about self-love and really allowing people to see the real you. Because it's when we allow people to see who we really are, then people, like, it's easier to love us, if that makes sense. And so I feel that, having the courage to really be ourselves, it takes a lot of courage sometimes, especially if you're a little different. I know I'm different in so many areas. And so it's taken me a good 45, almost 45 now. One more month, I'll be 45. But it takes some time and some courage to really be authentic. And then to be okay if people don't like you sometimes. And that's just the way it is. Not everybody's going to like me. I decided that that's okay. As long as my old cat likes me, and so there's a big joke in my family that anyway, a big cooler than you joke competition between my nieces and I. They always tease me that Cuddles says that they are cooler than me. And so, yeah, they razz me all day long around that. But yeah, being authentic, it takes a lot of courage. But the card, Terry, for you is to do your very best to be you, like unabashed. That's what I'm hearing. Unabashedly you, and the right people you're going to draw in, and you're going to form those heart-based connections. I feel it's focused more on friendships, like a spiritual community or a heart-based community around you. So let me put these back before I lose them or put them in the wrong pile. Okay, so all right, so I hear pull one, please. I need a name or some. Can you give me a name? It says pull one, please. This is the comment. Anybody? Who is it for? Can you please put your name so that I can address you by name, if possible? Pull one, please. Who is that from? All right, then. I will pull one for you. I feel it's from this deck. This deck is really a sacred deck to me in my life. Somebody gave this to me who's now passed away, but it was at my lowest. I was in a hospital bed when they gave me this deck of cards. And it's the one thing that I have from my very worst time period of my life that I've carried with me all this time. So this is a sacred deck for that reason. All those, like, just all those horrible thoughts of that it would never get better and all that, of being in that hospital bed. And I had a lot of broken bones at that point. And so I'm grateful that it's still with me. It's a good reminder of how far I've come, with certainly help from the divine and my spiritual community, how far I've been and how far I've come with their help. So this is what it looks like. And so, oh, good. I'm glad it's helpful. You're welcome. All right. So the comment, or the person that I'm addressing, is the one I put on the screen. I'm getting a little better with the interaction. So I hear 1, 7, 7 and 23. All right. I don't often use these cards. They're good cards overall. I just don't often reach for them. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it reminds me of those times, that difficult time intuitively. So, but they're good cards, though. They just the other ones hold higher vibration. All right, anonymous one on Facebook. All right, so this is for the person that said pull one, please. Victory. So I feel like this is about. I feel you're working on something, and that's meaningful to your heart. And then I feel that completion is going to come soon. And or the thing that what they're showing me is like your mind is wanting something. And whatever that thing that it's wanting the most, that you ultimately will get. But I feel it's whatever you're carrying the most in your mind about, if that makes sense. I always love this card because it's so gentle. It's such a gentle card. A beloved one. I think that's how we should address ourselves at all times. Beloved one, we are all learning, we are all growing, we're all stepping up into our life's purpose. But what it says is, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationships. And that doesn't always mean romantic. Sometimes soulmates can be friends. It can be family, but like we carry, and my belief system and what I've encountered and what I hear intuitively around it is that soulmates, it can be people we have traveled with before. Like there's the concept of twin flame, right? Where it's like the ultimate spiritual connection, soulmate connection. And I don't know if I think we have several soulmates, both romantic and other, in each lifetime. And so it's whether when we connect with them, we'll feel it often energetically in our hearts. The tricky part here, okay, so around the soulmate kind of idea is that I know for me, I've always been drawn to a certain energetic blueprint that's negative from my past, from a vibrational perspective, consciously and subconsciously. And so I know that from all the work I've done on myself and all of the wreckage from my past around relationships, that I've learned that, you know, if you can't heal and grow with somebody, get off the train. Like, just don't waste the time if they're not willing to grow with you. And so, beloved one, like they're saying, like, remember that you're like, your heart is sacred, beloved one. And that it's important that not only that you honor your heart, that you pay close attention on how the people in your life feel on your heart, not just look, because I would always get confused with how things looked or how they sounded. But then when I start to really tap in, how do they feel on my heart? This is what this card's about. To really tap in, how do things feel on your heart? And to pay attention and to act accordingly. Last one. Indigo and crystal children, I feel that you have exceptional gifts in connecting with kids, especially kids that are very energetically sensitive. And so, and also the more that you connect with these types of kids, whether it be family, friends, or just in service in the community somehow, it will energetically come back into your own heart, because I feel you are one of these kids at some point in your life. And so, or that you have an extra level of sensitivity, and that when you do serve in this way, you'll actually fill your heart up with high vibration energy. So I hope that's helpful. Who's next? Let's see. Rose Anna, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. I haven't seen you before, so welcome. For those of you that are new to this event, it's put on by the Unity of Gulfport, which is a brand new spiritual community that's being created in Gulfport. And so we've had a wonderful group of people attending lately, and Reverend Kimberly Harrell is the head minister there. It's so an awesome experience to see all these heart-based people come together as a community and to build this wonderful network of just connection and heart. And so, for those of you that are new to that idea, there are some great video clips from all the services, some of Reverend Kimberly's spiritual messages, and Jay Maya as the music director, and there's been some awesome music clips. And so I was in two of them, so I was really proud of that. I'm a little nervous. I play and sing on the 27th again, so I've been prepping for that. And let's see. So let me pull Rose Anna. Okay. So anyway, I want to welcome all of you to the Unity of Gulfport. If you do, please find me and say hello. I would love to see you and connect with you. Let's see. I'm trying not to scramble my cards. So when I tap into Rose Anna, the cards that I feel are best for you. Let me see. Over here, actually, I don't. Let me see. I need a little card organizer. But the little ones, anyway, they're very curious about this. I know they have gifts too. But all right, so it is the energy deck. I don't use this deck enough, actually, but it's a very grounding deck, because it's very much like, if you look at it, I like the imagery of like the stones and the energy, but it's like a grounding. I think it's a Celtic symbol. I'm not quite sure, but it's a very grounding deck. It feels like a lot of male energy in it. So, all right. So, 1 second. Trying to not scramble on my cards. I don't have my little table tonight. Okay, Rosanna. All right. So, 1 and 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 17. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right, Rosanna. Second chakra. This is sacral chakra. So I hear, like, whenever I get a card around the chakras, I know that I need to just pay extra attention to that region of my chakra. So usually if I get a card, I'll do extra homework. I know orange. Orange is the color of this chakra. It often deals with organs and areas of health related to that chakra. So it's above. It's kind of from right around the belly button, a little bit lower. Reverend Kimberly Harrell has great knowledge and information on the chakras. So I know basic stuff and enough to help align some of the energies, but she's really the master of that, that energetic system. But pay extra attention to that chakra. Your second chakra is the color orange. I know there's some awesome stones, which I don't have the knowledge of, but Reverend Kimberly does. But it can be very supportive energetically to that region. So research on the internet. There's all kinds of great information on ways of strengthening that area of your body, the second chakra. Journey. So I feel like this isn't necessarily about big journeys. It's like mini ones around town with like a creative project or a journal. And if you look at the girl, it's kind of a whimsical, you know, when like a little girl skips down the street kind of image. That's kind of the image of it, but it's like mini adventures that help you journey into your own soul. So like for me, I love to go to the ocean and write. I love to bike down by the little beach on Gandy Boulevard. Like there are certain sacred little places that are very close to my house. I love to go to, special coffee shops to work on my business, creative or spiritual projects, or even little favorite places to meditate or just to lay out under the sky. Like I cannot wait to get to the beach. I need the sunshine on my skin. So I haven't been in months. And so it's time to get out there because that's one of my sacred places. And so Rosanna, like this card is a reminder to frequent those places that are sacred to your heart, or to create some, and then to connect to your soul when you're at those places. And so I just heard my oldest niece looking for her mom. She gets a little nervous. And then this is a contract. So what this card is representing in terms of the intuitive information around it is that when we come to this lifetime, I'm a believer that we have many lives, and that each lifetime comes with some type of contract of what we're supposed to do here. And so the information around in terms of this contract regarding you and your lifetime here is that I feel that you're in the process of really identifying your soul path and what you're meant to do here. And the information around it is that intuitive information around it is that it will come. That sometimes when we're working through emotional stuff or some area of chaos that we're aligning, and we all have them, whatever area that we're a little disorganized or chaos, having a little chaos in or low vibration energy, that the more that you calm that energy down, the greater the clarity will come. And I'm seeing psychically the image of a journal. So one of the ways that I have most tapped in and healed actually is through my writing. So writing to me is such a sacred, intimate experience between me and the divine, and the flow of the divine through my subconscious and conscious mind outward. And that's actually where my intuition first showed up, was through writing. And so it's a sacred act for me, and all the writing things. And it's starting to blossom and grow in different ways. I'm thinking about doing actually a poetry book. I'm working on a book that I'm hoping, I'm not hoping it, I'm setting the intention it will be finished by July 5th. So anyway, so all right, indeed, I love the diversity. Yes, it's a lovely, lovely community. And I am so grateful to be a part of it and to help build such a heart-based expression of oneness. So, okay, so who else would like a card? So we're at 43 minutes right now. Who else? Anybody would like a card or even a second card? I'm happy to go. I'm setting the attention and maybe being here for another, 17 minutes or so. And then if who else would like a card? Hello. Let's see. I don't know any good jokes, or I would totally. Let's see. Did I hear any good jokes? No, I don't have any. I was like, oh, okay. I'll tell my favorite joke. So, I used to be a school teacher, and I would tell the same cheesy jokes every year, every semester when I had new kids. And my favorite joke, because I love nutrition, and my favorite joke was a mushroom walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Get out, we don't allow your kind in here." And the mushroom says, "Why not? I'm a fun guy." Dun-dun-dun. I always thought that was cute. Okay, let's see what else. I'm just gonna start pulling cards for myself then. Or let's see. I feel like I'm supposed to pull a card for like all of us for the week ahead too. Another card. So I'm being drawn to Angel Whispers. And so this is a very gentle deck. It was given to me by one of my friends who has such a big heart, and her heart is very gentle. And so I'm hearing 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, let's see. All right. Oh, okay. So the card, I really liked the card that I pulled because I think it was really important and meaningful, especially in some of the things that I've seen lately in our community. But it says, have compassion for each other. And I love that. I love that idea because, like, you know, I reflect back to my own heart and my own relationships. And I'm always trying to protect my heart somehow. Like, I'm always scared. My heart is always, I'm a very, like, this huge, gentle, ooey gooey heart. And it's so sensitive. And I covered up with all kinds of different things to not show that and not get hurt and all that. And I just think I reflect back whenever I'm dealing with somebody that is not being kind or that has said something hurtful or has done something hurtful or has taken an act of control to whatever it is, like a maneuver that either energetically hurts my heart or that I feel is mean or not in alignment with spiritual principles, whatever the case. I always try to remember all of my own wounded places. And I always try to see that other person as just another person trying to maneuver in this life that can sometimes be really hard. And so, you know, even though I can sometimes not forgive, as I've aged and as I've healed and have gotten stronger in my own emotional healing and spiritual alignment, you know, I just often just see people, they're just struggling like all of us in different ways too. And I just, you know, so I always try to, you know, be extra nice to mean people. That's what I really try. I try to do because I think it's important. I think that, you know, if they're being mean, then they're hurting inside. And thank God, or thank the divine that I'm not hurting that bad to be that mean. So thank God I've gotten to a certain level to not be that mean or whatever it is. And so I loved that card, have compassion for each other. And so, you know, they're showing me the image of just setting down the details, meaning like sometimes it really is about the love. It really is about us caring for other people and the love that we have for each other and really focusing on the love and rather than the details of conflict or power struggle or whatever. So I will set that intention for everyone here tonight and everyone in our spiritual communities, and that we just remember to have compassion for another and sometimes just set it down and focus on love, because that really is the highest vibration. I know Reverend Kimberly is going to be speaking on love because it's one of the spiritual powers this Sunday. I cannot wait to hear the message. It will be recorded and posted on YouTube, so we can all, you know, listen to it later if you would like to. And let's see what else. Anybody else want a card or another card? Anybody else want another card? I see a few people on the queue here. So let's see. Anything else? I think I'm supposed to pull another one from here. Let's pull one from here. I often don't use this deck, so if anybody would like to have another card, I'm hearing intuitively that I'll know what to say when I touch the card. So I don't know if this is for me or you or all of us, or let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, that's a great reminder. Clear yourself. So I've noticed a lot in the people that I've been interacting with, and also in myself, that a lot of health stuff is impacted by our energetic systems, especially people that are really into metaphysics or crystals or intuitive stuff, or they tend to be very vibrationally sensitive people. And what I've encountered is that when we're not aware of our energy systems and how to align them, what it does is it physically throws off different areas of our body, and it can greatly physically, energetically deplete us. And so I'm changing my approach in my functional medicine wellness programs to incorporate more energetic wellness maintenance, because when I'm sitting in front of people, and I never bring up the psychic stuff because everything else, so much of what I do is very research based, actually. I'm seeing their energetic fields psychically at the same time, and I'm seeing what things are out. Mm-hmm. And I'm realizing there was somebody that I encountered just the other day where her energetic systems were just as important to her physical health as her cell physical areas. And she was that sensitive. And so it's really important that we are aware of what is potentially depleting us. And there's ways of muscle testing the chakras. There's ways of going to a practitioner. I know Reverend Kimberly does a phenomenal job. I've been to her. She's phenomenal at what she does with energetic alignment and shaman techniques to help clear the energetic debris in our auric fields and in our chakras. But clearing ourselves almost every day is important. And so some of the things that I do to help clear myself is that I, if I'm coming home from being out in public, I'll actually often will rinse off with water, because water can actually clear some energetic debris in our auric field and around our chakras. And so, because I am so sensitive, I get very depleted by other people's energy. And so, and especially if I'm not mentally creating energetic barriers to it, it can be very energetically taxing. And so, clearing ourselves can be hugely helpful to helping us maintain balanced energy, but also it helps to align us in all ways and help keep us grounded. And so sometimes, and they're showing me, so I know, depending on your belief systems, I know that entities like to attach to my field. So if I'm really tired, there's different ways of clearing them with different magnetic techniques and stuff that I do. But like sometimes an entity will attach to me and I'm that depleted. And so I'm hearing that there's someone out there that there's an entity attached. So if you're extra tired, be aware that that might be the reason. I know that seems maybe a little woohoo and hokey, but I know for me that when I do my technique, I actually shiver. And after my body shivers, it releases whatever it is. And then I feel at least 30% better right away. So anyway, clearing ourselves. Another way I get into Epsom salt baths. The Epsom salt actually clears our auric fields and our chakras. And I also get into the ocean as much as I can from a salt water perspective, but also the movement of the ocean. And I'm very elemental with water. I'm a Pisces. And that's very, very helpful to, and especially under the sky if the sun is shining. It's very, very helpful to all my chakras and my auric field. So clear ourselves. Anybody would like a card? We have another 8 minutes left. And so let me see what else. What other cards? Let's see. This is from, I love these decks because, or this deck specifically. I can't talk tonight. It's a little late. I've been running all day. I've been taking little kids to their dances and shopping with little kids. And so angel therapy oracle cards. But I love, okay, so see the hands? Well, on the back of this card is just the hands. And I always loved that imagery of like the divine presence of Reiki when we're doing, I love the spiritual essence of Reiki. I do a little bit of it. Reverend Kimberly does a lot more, and she's really excellent at it. But you'd be amazed after, like, you treat me, like before I've gone to Reverend Kimberly and after, and I'm very research based and I'm very like into science and all of that, but I'm completely amazed at how different I physically and emotionally feel after a Reiki session. And so, and if I'm hurting, even if my knee, I have a knee that I banged up a lot in basketball as I've overtrained. And I also, my heart, if my heart is aching, I'll actually take my own hand, I'll place it over my heart and I'll visualize and I'll feel the energy coming off of my hand, whether it be over my heart or over my knee. So we can actually, and sometimes you can visualize, if you're, depending on how psychic you are, you could kind of bring up a silhouette. This is something that I do. I'll bring up a silhouette of my own body and I'll psychically scan it. And I can see the chakras that are off. And so one of the things I'll also do is I'm doing self-Reiki on myself. I feel it works better if you go to somebody that really knows what they're doing with Reiki. But I put my hand over whatever chakra is struggling, and I will visualize it moving in a clockwise direction, the energy in the chakra. So that's been very helpful to me. So I always love these cards. They always make me feel closer to the divine when I see that image. Come on, anybody else? We got any takers? Any takers for a card? Okay, let's see. I'll just keep going then. I'll keep going until time's up. So let's see. I love these. This deck is about like inner child deck. So I love this deck. And I love that there's a kitty on there. It's a little girl petting a kitty. And so I'm a ridiculous kitty lover. I one day want to have a kitty rescue and have cats all around me. And so it just reminds me of like my own inner child. And what would I be doing? I'd be petting a kitty. And so I'm a believer that my 21-year-old kitty is an actual special angel. She's a little too smart. And I believe that it's our love for each other that keeps her alive, because she's so smart. And there's such an essence of the divine and spirit and God in that sacred connection between our hearts. My kitty cuddles. She's a feisty broad. She likes to feisty a lot, actually. That's the joke of the family, is that how feisty she is. But she likes to supervise me from the corner of the bed all the time. And so she used to like to supervise me. She'd go actually in the living room or near my desk and supervise me, but now she's older and she stays in bed. So these cards, they're not real fancy on the front. They're just kind of like this. So I'm hearing a 7 and 13. So 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm hearing 21. 21. All right. Oh, I like this. Okay. First one is we are different. Yes, we are. You know, when we grow up and we all, like especially in middle school, my oldest niece, I see my nieces as my spiritual kids. And so my oldest niece is like 11 and a half. That was like the worst time period of my whole life. I hated being so different. I wanted to be like everybody else. And but now that I'm getting older, like, do I really want to be like everybody else? And I already tried to be like everybody else. Did that make me happy? And the answer was no. I was miserable. So the more that I age, the more I realize, like, all it really matters is that I'm happy in my own skin and in my own life and in my own time moment. And so, yeah, we are different. And thank goodness, like, Unity of Gulfport, if you look around, there's a lot of heart warriors there. There's a lot of really just kind and service-based people that are really focused on heart service and connecting. And it's cool to be a part of that community, because I am so different vibrationally. And I look around and I see people like me. And so that really matters. And so Reverend Kimberly does a great leadership. She's a great leader of that, and her example and the way she lives her life. And everything will be okay. I tend to over worry. So I feel this is a collective card for all of us that maybe are a little bit head heavy and are overthinking or in our worrying, that everything will be okay. And if it's not okay, it's not the end, right? So that's what they always say. I don't know if I said that sentence correctly, but yeah, if it's not okay, then it's not the end yet. So everything will be okay. I feel this week, everything's going to be okay. And every time you worry, think about this card. What does it have in the front? It has a little girl angel sad over a pumpkin or something. But everything will be okay. Period. End of sentence. Everything will be okay. And then family. I think, family, I really invest a lot in especially my nieces and my sister. I love them so. But family isn't just about blood family. It's also about spiritual family and finding people that you can love deeply and connect to. And so I really feel that we're building that at the Unity of Gulfport, and that matters to me. It matters to me. I tend to give a lot in my relationships. They matter to me. And so it's really awesome to be around people that are such good quality people and heart-based people. That matters. And so, if you don't have those type of people in your life, seek out people like you. And so certainly we're almost at the end of tonight. Come on down. Come on down to our community. A lot of cool things are happening, are being planned. It's a great place. And it's right in Gulfport, which is always a cute little place. All right. So I hear one more card. If I have no more other takers, anybody else? Anybody else here to grab a card? All right. Let's see what else. Let's see. Which is the last deck? All right. I'm going to go for the healing card. The healing cards. Raphael. Archangel Raphael. I always like this. I always like this deck because of the symbolism of it. Because I'm really big. I'm a chiropractor and functional medicine practitioner and an acupuncture practitioner and a lot of other healing, metaphysical healing and stuff. And the reason why I went into that area professionally is how much I love the human body, and specifically the flow of the divine energy through our cells our little cells, and also our physical body, like the flow of the divine energy made our cells and us. And so I have this great love and appreciation and gratitude for the vibration of that idea. And I love the wings of the staff. I don't know I always forget what the official name of that medical symbol is, but that's how I see the human body. And that, my role is only to just, help somebody rebalance their areas, whether it be cells or spinal segments or energy fields, to flow the divine through us, to flow the divine energy and universal energy through our cells, our consciousness, our brain, our mind, our chakras, our spine, and our cells, and all of our neurology, right? And it's that vibration of the divine flowing through us that ultimately heals. I just help people rebalance that. That's really the healer. So let's pick one. So I hear 18. I hear 3 and 18. I'm sitting next to a frozen, the Frozen movie, a tent that has the frozen people, the people on it, Anna and the little girl, other girls. Shame on me for not knowing the little one name. Anna and I forgot the other one. Oh, don't tell my nieces. I don't remember. They've been making me play a lot of Monopoly lately. Frozen Monopoly. All right. So, and I love the imagery. Isn't that an awesome image? Anyway, so I already forgot the numbers, so I must have shuffled them. I'm hearing now 1, 3, and 18. Okay. 1, 2, 18. All right, so here are 3 cards. Acceptance. What a great card. Acceptance. I'm in 12-step recovery. I've been in 12-step recovery for 12 or 18 years now. All different programs. For those of you that are new to 12-step recovery, it's not just about alcohol or drugs or gambling. If anything you struggle with, there's a 12-step community out there for you. And what I love about it is that it teaches you spiritual principles that help you not only navigate life successfully, but really heal your heart in a lot of ways and learn how to develop a really strong foundation for your life and yourself and your heart. And so one of the statements in 12-step recovery is about acceptance, and acceptance is I don't know the exact wording, but it's like acceptance is always the answer. Because I know for me, I like to fight a lot of things in my mind, which is ridiculous. And it really is about acceptance, whatever it is. And so what's the 12-step recovery prayer? God grant me the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And it really is about the wisdom that is really, as I've aged and I've grown, I've gotten more acute in the wisdom of knowing what I can and cannot change, and accepting that what I can't change, and accepting my own weaknesses and being okay with them. Number 2, inner authority. Oh, that's all about inner guidance and listening to the divine and the strength and really having faith in that spiritual strength of connecting to the divine and then hearing, but most importantly, following through on what you'll intuitively hear. Last one of the night, divine intervention. So I was on a video recording the other night. Actually, it was last night. It was late, and we were all talking about trauma. And I was on with an MD, and we were like doctors. There were 4 of us, and the topic was around trauma. But she brought up, and I thought it was such a great idea, the impact of faith on our health and vitality, and also the impact of community on our health and vitality. And I thought, I'm going to find some good research statistics. But when I hold this card, I'm hearing audibly, believe in miracles, believe in your faith, because our minds are so small compared to how big God is. That's what Reverend Kimberly always tells me when I'm most scared about something little or whatever it is I'm fretting about. How big is God? Like, believe in, and I my wording is off tonight, but the concept that she always conveys is that, how big God really is, so much bigger than what our minds can conceive. And so believe in miracles, because they're certainly there. You just have to believe and have faith and to step up into that faith. And most importantly, to take action. All right, lovelies, I am driving home to go cuddle my kitty, take a hot bath, and hopefully to write. I'm not writing enough lately, but please feel free to come join us at the Unity of Gulfport. Also, I will be playing and singing for my second time in front of a church congregation on the 27th, February 27th, doing 2 songs by Jewel. And I'm very excited, but a little nervous. No, I'm nervous. So, and feel free to reach out to me for any reason, but especially if you have any question around healing. And so blessings. I will see you next week, 7:30 p.m. If you feel guided to donate, the links are in the information above this video. And also it's at Unity of Gulfport on Venmo. And then for PayPal, it's unityofgulfport@gmail.com. So blessings. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.